Hi everyone, welcome to another Gladsley YouTube vlog. We are back in our second home of Cineworld Sheffield, and today we're going to see AD ASTRA.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this one. I saw a trailer quite a while back, so I don't really remember much of what it's about. I know it's got Brad Pitt, Tommy Lee Jones, it's a bit sci-fi, but I sometimes like going into a film and not knowing really what it's about or what to expect.
Absolutely, I'm like you, I've only seen the trailer a couple of times, or at least one trailer for this film. So yeah, looking for pretty much a tense sci-fi drama from what I'm expecting. I haven't seen Brad Pitt for a while, haven't seen Tommy Lee Jones for a while. I'm hoping there's a lot more of Tommy Lee Jones in this film. I hope he gets quite a lot of screen time, as well as Brad Pitt, obviously.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a 7 or an 8 for this one.
7 for me for definite, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go and review it, and then we'll let you know.
Yep, see you in a bit.
Bye. Hi everyone, we are back now from watching AD ASTRA, and we're gonna review it for you.
But first, just a quick review of the plot. So we have Brad Pitt, who plays Rory McBride, who's an astronaut and space engineer. This is basically Earth in a not too distant future where humans have started to colonise the solar system. On the planet Neptune, there has been some energy surges that are starting to go towards Earth. So Rory McBride is on a mission to go to Neptune and find out what is the cause of these energy surges, as they have reason to believe that it could have been his father, played by Tommy Lee Jones, might have something to do with these energy surges.
Yeah, so let's touch on some points of the film for.
Yeah, so overview for me really is, if you're not invested in the first half hour, I think you're going to struggle, and I think we've got a bit of a polar opposites with this one.
Yeah, this has been probably one of the most interesting reviews of the year that I want to do, because I'm so on the fence with this film. I like it in some parts, and then some parts I don't. So that's why I think it's going to make a really good review, and I'm really excited to talk about it.
Absolutely. So for me, it does help that I've watched Apocalypse Now quite recently, because this felt like Apocalypse Now in space. So in the premise of, we had Captain Willard going to find Colonel Krutz and getting to know Colonel Krutz's psyche through monologues and his sort of special missions. This was kind of the same. You kind of get to know Rory's father through Rory's monologues and some of the sort of little key elements in some of the space logs that have been put in for his eyes only.
Yeah, touching on the monologue a bit more, I think it's quite interesting to see a lot of people's reviews and comments on this film so far saying it's really slow, it's really drab, it's really dreary, it drags on. And I don't think that's too much of the problem with this film. I think it's touching on Roy's voice through this film. It's really slow, it's really dreary, and he does drone on quite a bit, and I think that makes people like switch off a little bit. So like you're kind of like looking around the cinema, you're feeling a bit bored, and I don't think that helps the film at all. I mean, I was thinking throughout the majority of the film, and I don't know why, just the fact that Brad Pitt, I'm so shocked that at his age he's still got a really thick mane of hair. And I don't think that's something I should be thinking about while I'm watching the film. I should be invested in the film. So don't think his voice helped too much. And he doesn't have hardly any facial expressions in this film either. He is completely passive majority of the way through, so he's a pretty dull person to begin with.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that sort of point of view. Maybe it might have helped if there was a bit more of Tommy Lee Jones in there, a bit more of his father, just looking at some of the old mission logs. Would have been a bit better.
Yeah, like a bit more screen time from him. But there is quite a good Donald Sutherland's in this as well, which was a really nice surprise. He played a really good part, and the acting from Brad Pitt you can't really question, because I just think he's an amazing actor in general. And the effects on this film,
I thought were pretty solid, weren't they?
It was a typical space. Well, it was a typical space, you know. The effects were great, and you could see everything, and you could feel everything, because it was just so magnificent to look at.
Definitely, I wouldn't say it was kind of like Gravity good, because I think I felt you were probably a bit more immersed in Gravity. With this one, you are just seeing the spectacle of space, which is no problem, but. Yeah,
there are a lot of special added touches, like on the moon, when he was on the moon, and you could feel like this could be something that could happen in the future. Like it linked to how we are now as a country and as a whole. Like I felt like in the future this could happen.
Yeah, it was all very plausible.
Yes, it was very believable, definitely.
Yeah. What really hooked me on this movie was the psychology of space, and it's not really been touched on many sort of sci-fi films or TV shows, really. These guys are on deep space missions. You know, they are just relying on themselves. They're on their own for months on end, trying to get from one planet to the other. You know, it's going to take an emotional toll on you. You know, like with Star Trek, they've got like obviously massive ships, lots of people to interact with, you know, replicators, holosuites. Here, you've got nothing. And I did like that they kind of have like psychology reviews as well to know what their psyche is like. So, yeah, that was probably the main bit that kept me hooked throughout this film.
Yeah, I definitely was. I was hooked. I was still intrigued to watch to the end because the mystery behind this film for me, because I didn't know much about it, and it was still open as a film as to where it was going to go, which is what I liked. It wasn't very predictable, and that's what kept me invested in it. I still don't think the story was strong enough. I think it could have had a stronger story behind it. I think that would have made it better and a bit more for people to be invested in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as well, we're going to add fun little facts now to our movie reviews. So I've done a bit of research on this one. So this film is called AD ASTRA, and that is Latin, and it means to the stars.
There you go.
Which
Bonus
is
tip.
very interesting because I had no idea what it meant. I just thought it was just a film title.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
See, if you Google, you find some interesting things.
Absolutely. So, on the whole, what do you rate it?
I'm going to give it a 5. It wasn't terrible, but I don't think it's a film I'm going to remember anytime soon, unfortunately.
I'm going to be a bit more generous here. I'm going to give it a 6.5. It had really good effects, good acting, although definitely needed more Tommy Lee Jones. And I like the premise of the psychology of the film and some of the sort of undertones of mental health I kind of found in this film as well, really. So I appreciate what the filmmakers were going for. I don't think it was overly executed well, but I appreciate what was being
we appreciate
brought
the
onto
direction.
screen. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks very much for watching, guys. Have you seen Ad Astra? Let us know. Put the comments down. We want to know.
Yeah, what did you think? And as always, please like, share and subscribe. That helps us out millions. We love doing these reviews for you, and we've got plenty more coming up over the next couple of months. So stay tuned.
Absolutely. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.